Yeah, I wasn't there. I
What's
wasn't there
that?
yesterday. I've been sick. I have pain on my teeth.
Oh, no.
So I just go see a doctor today. So I'm managing, but I'll bring the
Pull
computer
it
to.
out. Pull it out. Get a rope, tie it, and
No, no, it's on the front one. They just give me a capsule.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I'll be taking it every 8 hours, and
Oh, wow. That's
later go see.
terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we begin tonight, I want to, it's a 12-minute video that I want to show you. It's about social engineering, what we were talking about last night. Oops, I stopped sharing.
Monday. Good morning.
Good.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Infamous Ghost Money here, and today I want to speak with
Yes.
you guys. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Infamous Ghost Money here, and today I want to speak with What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Infamous Ghost Money here, and today I want to speak with you guys about
Whoever has that going, please turn it off. It's like a radio or something.
two very common scamming techniques that's catching thousands of people on a daily basis. What we talking about today? We talking about phishing and spoofing. I decided to make this video in order to raise awareness on what these scamming
Sorry,
techniques are and how
wait,
they
this is
carry
not
out
the
in
one.
everyday life so you can stay.
Sorry, that's not the one. Okay, so that's the one we're gonna see later after we, this one was social engineering. Okay, this one is the one, okay.
Viruses, worms.
Okay, so this is not the long one. This one is it's just about 3 minutes.
Viruses, worms, Trojans, and bots are all part of a class of software called malware. The overwhelming majority of malware is created to make money illegally, often by stealing sensitive and confidential information from victims' computers and mobile devices. Malware can also be used for cyber vandalism, cyber espionage, hacktivism, cyber warfare, and various other reasons. Malware can make entry onto your computer via questionable file downloads, visiting infected websites, or through email containing a seemingly benign link or attachment. Common types of malware. Viruses. Almost all viruses are attached to an executable file, which means the virus may exist on a system but will not spread until a user opens the infected program. Viruses often originate on the internet and spread when downloading a file infected with a virus, peer-to-peer file sharing, or email attachment. Trojan. A Trojan is a harmful piece of software that looks legitimate. Users are typically tricked into leading and executing it on their systems. Trojans can not only steal your sensitive data, they can also give cyber crooks access to your system. Trojans are employed to gain access to your computer's financial and personal information. Ransomware. Ransomware holds your PC hostage and demands money. It locks up your computer, threatening to destroy data, demanding ransom or a payment for release of your data, files, or to regain the ability to use your computer again. Spyware. Spyware secretly gathers private information about the user activity, such as internet usage, and logs keystrokes via the process of keylogging to steal passwords and other sensitive data. Worms. Worms can replicate themselves and infect multiple computers on a network, causing major damage. Network worms often use computer networks to spread, slowing down traffic and relying on security failures such as outdated operating systems and no antivirus programs installed. In contrast, viruses require the spreading of an infected host file. Worms are a standalone software and do not require a host or human help to spread. The best way to protect your system from malware is to keep your operating system clean by downloading regular patches, updates, and making sure that your computer is protected by the latest antivirus software from a trusted vendor.
So Kaspersky, that was a advertisement for Kaspersky. They are not on anyone's list anymore because it's a Russian company. So the long video, the one that's 12 minutes, we'll see that after we finish reading about phishing and spoofing. So let's go ahead and open our what is malware. Why do I have it here twice? Hmm? You're not coming tomorrow? Anyone not coming tomorrow that want to take the test? The digital footprint test? Now, today? Oh, so only one person needs to take the test today. So how do you want to do this? You want to go to the assessment office? You want to do it here? Right there? Okay. Okay, let me set you up. Everyone else, go ahead and open the what is malware.
Yolanda, which test are we going to take?
Digital footprints.
Digital fit. Oh, okay, we'll have test tomorrow. I didn't even know.
You weren't listening last night?
I wasn't here last night. I was sick.
Oh, okay. We talked about it last night, that everyone can take the digital footprints test. It's not a grade that affects your grade. It's just so that you can have the certificate,
Okay, I will see if I can.
or so that it could be added to your certificate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh?
Can I take today?
You're not coming tomorrow?
And then tomorrow.
So we're doing it, everyone is doing it tomorrow. Only the students that are not coming tomorrow are taking it today. What's that?
I thought today is a test.
I didn't say that. Are you set up? You're setting up. Did you log into Northstar? Did you click take assessment? Okay, now click join, what does it say? Join what? Huh? Right, join Proctor mode. Click on it. Okay, so you can start. Huh? You have to go to the assessment office. Huh? Let me set you up. Which one? Okay. Are you doing PowerPoint? Okay. Hello?
Your call has been forwarded to the voicemail for Dealing with Pavel. No one is available to take your call. At the tone, please record your...
Rosario, buenas tardes, ¿te puedo ayudar?
Sí, quiero el assessment department.
Assessment, un momentito.
Mm,
Just a minute, please.
mhm. Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Who's-
Can I send some students to be
Oh,
tested?
yeah. For what test?
Oh, this is Delia?
No, this is Gun. I'm Susan.
Oh, hi, Susan. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Uh-huh.
So it's for North Star?
Yes, the PowerPoint.
The PowerPoint. You know what? It's been a while. I haven't done North Star, but maybe I can still review. I mean, I can still recall.
Uh-huh. Okay, if you need any
Okay.
help, just call me.
Yeah, I will call you. Okay. What's your extension, Yolanda?
It is,
I can find out. I will do the abaya, you know,
I think
on
it's
my laptop.
2004. I think that's what it
Two,
is.
two,
2004.
2004. Okay. All right. He's
Okay.
camped now, right now?
Yes, I'm gonna send them now.
All right. How many?
Two.
Only one?
Just
Two.
two.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh, sure. Bye.
Okay, thank you. You know where it is? You know where it is? You know where the registration department is? It's across from the registration department. Right. So when you walk down all the way, like towards the not the parking lot, right? The registration department is on the left. The assessment department is on the right. But when you go on the right, when you go in, because there's a place, there's some bathrooms there, you go to the right when you go in. Okay, you go to the right. No. You're welcome. Okay. Okay, so let's continue with the class. I think they look so cute. It's as if they are taking a selfie. Doesn't it look like it? Like they're taking a selfie? This cat here is holding the phone. Oh. Sorry. I forgot. I forgot I disconnected. It went away. But this one is cute too. Huh? Location? Oh, I have to take a vacation. Starting next, no, not next week, the week after. McCormick?
Yeah.
I forgot to give you this. We got this a long time ago. And I was searching through my drawers. Let's take it. Okay. So we've been talking about malware and how all of those things that we have been talking about, viruses, Trojan horses, worms, they are all malware. So virus, worms, Trojan horses, spyware, adware, scareware, ransomware. They are all malware, or they cause malware to be installed on your computer or on the network. We talked about preventing malware. Use antivirus package that contains a firewall and a VPN. VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. You should always set up multi-factor authentication. Some websites require that you set up multi-factor authentication. Some websites make it a choice. So if they make it a choice, you should always choose to apply multi-factor authentication. That's the one where they send you a code. And then once they send you a code via text message, you write it in the place where they ask you to write it, and then you can log in. So it's just a second piece of the logging in process, because so many hackers have so many people's username and passwords. So with their multi-factor authentication, they can log in, try to log in using your username and password, but unless they have your phone, they cannot log in completely, because they need the phone to get the code. So that's why it's important to use multi-factor authentication. Don't click on pop-ups or any type of advertisement that might pop up on your window. Do not click anywhere, even to close it. Don't try to close it. Just close the browser. If you can't close the browser, shut down the computer. Make sure the browser. Sometimes it doesn't allow you to do that. So if it doesn't allow you to do that, what you have to do is just restart the computer. Excuse me. Excuse me. You know where the registration department is? You know where the assessment office is? Okay, let me add you to the list. You can go. Tell her that you're on the list already. Okay, let's see. What's your last name, Mekone? Oh, Teresa. Okay. Okay, I got it. Okay, so make sure your pop-up blocker is always active. Remember, some websites, some legitimate websites need you to suspend the pop-up blocker to allow for pop-ups. Not too many websites are doing that anymore. So once you go and you allow pop-ups, you need to return to settings and set up the pop-up blocker again. Don't click any email attachments, even from your mother, your grandmother, nobody. Don't click on links, don't click on attachments. And that's on the computer and on the phone and on tablets. Scan files that you download from file sharing programs. We talked about that yesterday. Use complex and unique passwords with letters, numbers, symbols, and change them regularly. Another thing that they are suggesting for people to use sentences. You know, because a lot of people like to use their name, their family names, their social security number, and those things can be, they can find that easily and figure out what your password is. Back up your computer files regularly. Don't download free stuff. Don't forget this voice saying, there's nothing in this world for free. You have to pay one way or the other. And don't visit websites that are unsafe. Usually your browser will tell you this is not a safe website. And remember, a safe website will have that HTTPS. If it doesn't have that S, your browser is going to warn you that it's not a safe place to go.
Okay, Mr. Randa, if, for example, the employer, they send you email to the attachment, so how do you open it? Because sometimes the same link or attachment, you have to open it
From who?
to the employer.
Your employer. Well, call the person and find out if they sent it to.
And to make sure that they send it or?
Yeah. Didn't you hear the story that I tell about someone that I knew, and I thought it was them, sent me a video. And I should know better. I teach this stuff. I should know better, right? But for some reason, I clicked the video. And then 5 minutes later, this person said not to click on it. Warning, warning, don't click on it. It's not me. So I was hacked. So her email was hacked. And they sent, using her email, they sent those a video out for people to click on. And it was to install malware on the computer. So you don't know, you don't know. You don't know what is malware. So you have to make sure that you know. And the only way that you can make sure that you know is to ask the person that sent it to you. Did you send this to me?
Have you found malware in YouTube?
Huh?
Have you found malware in YouTube?
In YouTube? I think they keep that pretty safe. I think they keep that pretty safe. Yeah. Okay, and then we started talking about social engineering. Social engineering is the cyber criminal manipulating the user. That's what social engineering is. And the social engineering, they can use any of these malwares they can use, right? But the social engineering itself is the way that one human being tries to manipulate and use another human being to get usually money. They do anything. They'll say anything to convince that other human being, that they are honest and they are what they say they are. And too many times, the victim believes. Too many times, the victim believes the cyber criminal. Because you're not thinking all the time. Like I said, when I clicked that video, I knew better. I thought I knew better, but I didn't do better. So, and always remember that humans are the weakest links. These devices are set up, if we set them up properly, they can protect themselves if we set them up properly. It's the human that will go in and cause damage. Not the machine, the human. Humans are the weakest link. I don't believe no one has seen that program on TV. You are the weakest link. Leave. That's what they do. Once they tell the person that they are the weakest link, they have to leave. Okay. So social engineering tactics. So these are the different types of tactics. Tactics are the ways that they use to manipulate people, right? So that's a tactic. So you have the baiting, right? Usually they are telling them that they can get something for free. That's baiting, right? You can get this for free, but you got to click this here. And then you have phishing. Just imagine a fishing pole, right? You have your hook on the end of the fishing pole. You throw it out into the river and wait for a fish to bite, right? And if you are patient enough, at least one fish is going to bite. And that's what fishing is, right? They throw out their fishing rod with the hook. And if they wait long enough, someone is going to bite. And all they have to do is reel it in. Pretexting. When they impersonate, like they call you and tell you they're the police, or they call you and tell you that they are Social Security, or that they are your bank, or that IRS, right? So that's pretexting. Quid pro quo. Quid pro quo. I give you something, you give me something. But what they give you is heartache. Because it's heartache to go once they steal your personal information and your it's so difficult to get it fixed. It is so difficult to get it fixed. And then you have reverse social engineering. Like when they say, they send you that message, oh, you have a virus on your computer, right? You get that pop-up, you get a virus on your computer, click right here, right now, and we'll fix it for you. Or call this number and we'll show you how to get it fixed. You have scam calls. We get those all day long, right? All day long, we're getting these calls. Yeah. But if they call enough people, they're going to get at least one victim. If they just keep calling and calling and calling, they're going to get the victim because a lot of people don't know. And some people are just not thinking. Tailgating, that's the physical, right? When you're going into a building, someone, and you use your ID to get in, and someone just walks in behind you without using their ID because they don't have an ID. And you don't want that. You always have to be your antennas. You have antennas all through your body. All of those antennas have to be active all the time. Someone is behind you, you move away. You don't open the door. You move away. You don't have to say anything to that person. Just move away. If they are able to get into the building, then they'll get in. If you move away and they move away also, you know that. Uh-huh. Yeah, but that's a life and death situation.
I don't care when I care, but it's more danger the one is behind you.
Yeah, 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 that's a life or death situation. Okay.
Why they are like this smart? Why they don't create something like this?
Why they don't what?
If they are this much smart, why they don't create something like they can earn money legally?
Mhm.
Yes,
Maybe they don't think they're smart enough to create something to make money.
but they're
But-
smart because
yeah.
they call the government,
Yeah.
FBI,
Yeah. Yeah.
they are smart.
Or maybe, I don't know, maybe some people are just born that way. Yeah, that,
I saw people with these
no, I mean, some people are just born criminals. Because it doesn't matter if you're poor or rich or middle class, there are criminals in all of those, right?
Yeah, because they are easy, not expecting easy money instead of going.
Yeah.
Easy money.
Easy money. No, even if they are smart, like us, like create the software, they don't work hard. But one time they create something, they still earn money. Just I don't understand.
Okay. So before we read, well, maybe we should read this first and then we'll watch the video. Okay. Patty, could you go ahead? You want me to increase it?
There are both sides of
Identity,
identity,
theft,
theft,
cybercrime, cybercrime,
Cybercrime attacks that are accomplished using emails, websites, text messages, and phone calls. Phishing is an identity theft attack where a scammer attempts to trick people to obtain financial benefits by encouraging the owner of the email of one either click on a link in an email or text message, impersonate someone by phone to gain the trust of the individual in a dishonest way. Spoofing is also an identity theft attack where the scammer sends an email that looks similar to an email that their bank, government, agency, or other trusted provider would send. The email looks so identical to the provider that most people automatically click an option in the email. This causes malware to be installed on the computer.
okay. So this is an example. Well, it's not a clear example of spoofing, but these are some of the things that you'll see and notice. If you hover over the sender of the suspicious email, remember, when you put your mouse pointer on a hyperlink, when you just hover your mouse pointer on a hyperlink, it gives you the address, right? So if you do that in an email, and you'll see, let's say it's Bank of America email, and you put your mouse pointer on it, and it turns out to be a Gmail email address instead of a .bankofamerica.com, you know, that's not. The second thing, no legitimate company will ever ask you for account info by mail. The next thing, the Bank of the State's website address is sporting a domain extension from China. This is a big red flag. Do not follow this link. Remember, the last extension hello. Hello.
Are you okay?
Susan?
Hey, Yolanda, do they need to print the test?
The result?
Yeah.
Only if they want to. They don't have
Do
to.
they need? Can you come up, please? Because there are 4 of them here, and I just want to be sure.
Okay.
I'm the only one, huh?
Okay, I'll come.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
So should I just have the video? Okay.
How long the video?
It's 12 minutes.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Infamous Ghost Money here, and today I want to speak with you guys about two very common scamming techniques that's catching thousands of people on a daily. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Infamous Ghost Money here, and today I want to speak with you guys about two very common scamming techniques that's catching thousands of people on a daily basis. What we talking about today? We're talking about phishing and spoofing. I decided to make this video in order to raise awareness on what these scamming techniques are and how they carry out in everyday life so you can stay one step ahead of these scammers and protect your hard-earned money. Before we get into it, I want to give a shout out to everyone who's been subscribing to the channel. Right now, we're in the process of making some changes, so I appreciate your patience. But as always, if you find value in this video, hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel to keep getting this important content on how to protect your money. Also, by you liking the video, subscribing, and leaving comments, it helps get the video in front of more people who may not even know that they need this important information. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Alright, before I get into what phishing and spoofing is, it's important you understand what something called social engineering is. The technical definition is, social engineering is the art of manipulating people so they give up confidential information or unknowingly carry out fraudulent acts. Pretty much anything where an individual is tricked into doing something can be considered social engineering. Phishing and spoofing is a very popular form of social engineering in which scammers send out fake forms of communication, mainly electronically, that resembles a trusted company that an individual may do business with. Phishing and spoofing are two methods that work hand in hand, but each serve specific purposes. Spoofing is a cyber attack in which scammers try to mimic a legit person or business. For example, if your email address is johnlennox@gmail.com, someone can attempt to spoof your email by creating an email such as John Lennox, which appears to be lennox@gmail.com, but really they're replacing the L with a capital I. This would be an example of email spoofing. Another form of spoofing that's very popular is telephone number spoofing. This is when scammers are able to disguise their telephone number to appear different in your call ID screen. I'm sure you've gotten a call from a random number at some time or another that looks oddly similar to yours. Now, trust me, that's no coincidence. This is a common spoofing method used because for some odd reasons, we are more likely to pick up random phone numbers that look similar to our own number. When it comes to phishing, phishing is the act of tricking individuals into giving up confidential information by creating interfaces that look just like legitimate sources. For example, a scammer could create a fake web login page that looks exactly like your bank login page. When you enter in your information into the website, it'll send that info directly to the scammer, and the crazy part is you'll probably never know you just got your information stolen because the fake website will direct you to the legit location, leaving no obvious trace that you just inputted your information into a fake website. Phishing is extremely dangerous because anyone with decent graphic designing skills can create an interface and find a way to trick people into using it. Phishing and spoofing work hand in hand because the attacks usually begin by spoofing a legit source and getting someone to interact with it and eventually phish the information. Alright, I want to provide some real world examples of what spoofing and phishing looks like in real time. One of the biggest components to social engineering attacks, like many other fraud techniques, is it's a numbers game. Many of these spoofing methods may appear clearly fugazi, but think about it. If you sent this to 100 people, do you think everyone will be just as wise as you and not click it? How about 1,000? How about 10,000? All it takes is for a couple of people to fall victim for a scammer to get access to a large amount of money, so it's not that hard. Here we got two examples of online banking spoofing and phishing methods. How this technique works is by playing on an individual's concern, curiosity, and acting rashly out of urgency. You may randomly receive this email and may not even bank with this specific institution. But when you click the link, you can potentially be exposing your device to malicious software. Or you can even be faced with an additional screen that looks just like a legitimate website asking for additional information. Some individuals who get hit with this scamming technique will actually bank with the institution, might act quickly, clicking the link and inputting their online banking username and password and potentially any other personal information. Once that information is entered, it is routed directly to the scammer for them to have their way with your accounts. This is also one of the major ways that people get their credit and debit card information stolen without even being aware of it. Similar techniques are also used on other popular services like PayPal and Amazon. Similar to the last technique, it plays on a naive individual's tendency to act rashly in trying to protect their money, but really they are giving up information directly to a scammer. Now, phishing and spoofing doesn't just stop at the individual level. It gets even crazier when it's escalated to a corporate level, and many times even a governmental level. When it gets to that point, it's considered a business email compromise scam, or BEC for short. Many of these scammers thoroughly research major organizations looking to get familiar with the key players and get their contact information, and from there they either attempt to take over the email or create a clever spoof that could fool an internal employee. As you can see here, we have an example from last year where Puerto Rico fell victim to a hacker who compromised an email of an employee who worked in the Puerto Rico employee retirement system and got them for nearly $3 million, just like that. Here we have even more example of how different US government agencies were hit up in the recent years. In September 2020, a county government was almost got for $1.6 million. December 2019, a government agency was tricked into sending $4 million in governmental funds, which is crazy, $4 million. July 2019, a small city government was swindled by a spoof of a known contracting company and got hit with a loss of nearly $3 million. And in 2018, several employees in a county office were spoofed into rerouting payroll and took a loss of nearly $20,000. This is big money here. So as you can see, no one is potentially above a really sharp spoofer and phisher. Here you can see the statistics that were gathered in the year 2020 around the top scams. Phishing, spoofing, and business email compromise scams have some of the highest victims. As far as monetary losses, business email compromise scams takes the pie with the largest losses coming in at $1.8 billion in 2020. 1.8 billion. Spoofing comes in at 216 million and phishing coming in at $54 million. All in all, just to put it straight, that's a lot of money, people. The scary fact with phishing and spoofing is it's becoming increasingly popular and even easier for scammers to pull off. All-in-one phishing kits are being sold on the dark web at a ridiculous rate, allowing anyone with some basic PC skills to pull off this scam. Here's an example of a kit I found online from a popular bank. As you can see, it looks very legit, and if you aren't paying attention to all the details, anyone could be easily fooled into inputting their information. These kits come ready to go for many popular services that we all use daily. These phishing kits, combined with some clever spoofing techniques, are pretty much all scammers need to pull off this scam. And once the money is gone, the likelihood of you getting that money back is very slim. You see, with phishing and spoofing, it's very unforgiving because it relies on the victim to carry out the act without even being aware that they're being manipulated. Now, when it comes to defending against phishing and spoofing, the most important thing to have is awareness. In today's day and age, we are so accustomed to doing everything fast thanks to technology. Think about it: emails, text alerts, notifications. We are bombarded with hundreds on a daily basis, and it is really easy to go into autopilot while you're navigating through them. When it comes to replying to emails, answering phone calls, or whatever it may be, you always want to think first and then respond. Think first and then respond. If you randomly receive a text or email alerting you, notifying you about your account, never click the link in the email, never click the link in the text. The best thing to do is to log directly into that website manually or call the company up directly over the phone, not through the phone number you see in the email, of course. You want to get the phone number directly off the company's website. If you randomly get an email about a service or an account that you aren't even aware of, us, basic human nature, you might be tempted to click it to look even further into it. Like, I don't even got this service. What's this all about? Don't do it. It is best, once again, you contact that company directly or navigate to the company's website. Don't click any links on that email. Navigate to the website directly and attempt to see what's going on or see if there was an account made underneath your name or your email. Also, for people who work in positions where you handle a lot of money electronically, be very careful of how you are handling your emails so you do not fall victim to a business email compromise scam. Make sure you are aware of your company's policy around spoofing and phishing, and if they don't have one, I highly recommend you speak with upper management about the threat that spoofing and phishing could potentially have on the business. I might have just helped you get a promotion or a raise. Holla at me. Most companies also have internal emails. Always make sure you review the email address of who you are sending and receiving email from. Don't blindly just click links or send out information without understanding the reason. If it seems weird, Don't be afraid to look into it further or get some support. And lastly, be sure to report all external soliciting emails or spam emails directly to your IT department if you have one. And if you don't, just move it to your spam box immediately. Don't even play around with it. So there you have it, folks. If you didn't know already, you know now. Spoofing and phishing is very common, but it's very dangerous and it should not be taken lightly. Yeah, many spoofs and phish attempts might come across as clear scams and they look obviously crazy and bogus, but that's what makes the really good spoof and phish attempts even deadlier because they are that on point. Also, remain aware while navigating through this digital world, and I hope the information I shared in this video is useful in helping you protect your hard-earned money and also your identity. As always, if you found value in this video, please hit that like button. Also subscribe to the channel so you can get more of this content, and also leave a comment. Let me know what you think about it. Have you dealt with this in your life personally, or if you know anybody who's dealt with it, I would love to hear about your experience. And also, if you've been around for a while on this channel, once again, I apologize for being MIA for some time. I want to know what you guys think about this new video format. I would love to get your feedback.
Okay.
What do you advise us? Should we like this video? Should we subscribe?
I will ask you, how do you get the information?
Huh?
How do you get the information? Is that useful
Yes, it is very
or is not useful?
It is useful. Yes,
It is
very
useful
useful, yeah.
and very successful. Because it's gonna give you some things how to protect yourself from phishing and spoofing. Yeah.
Why not the place?
Huh?
Why?
Because he is
So that
trying to fish you. Yeah.
You don't want to.
So what I'm gonna ask you, what are the main things to protect yourself? One, don't click any attachment or link. One. But what about the other one? Okay, from the guy who talked.
Don't open any link.
That's why, don't open any link or attachment. One. Number two,
Don't answer doors.
Don't answer calls.
don't answer calls. Thank you. And the third one, think first to respond. Yeah, before you respond. Okay, do you get it? I got it on my phone. I got it on my phone every time it comes.
Yes, every time.
I'm not open for them. If you see, if I open my history, 97 from out of 100 is from Scott.
Yes.
So you don't need.
Come like this. Come like this.
Come. Mine is come.
Come like this.
Maybe she has another one.
Come like
You have another one. You have another one. I have another one. Now, Tamika has another one because all we are not the same. Mine is scams. Every time in the morning, very fast. I'm not just, I'm going to pick up the phone. Oh, just I'm going to do like this.
So let me ask you first. For me, when I was working with the IT,
Okay, finish the video. Let's discuss about the video. Okay, go ahead.
I was working with the IT first.
Yeah.
Okay. Then he told me from a private number, and I picked up the phone. I didn't know who was calling me, and he was the one who was calling me. You see, so sometimes we don't know.
You know that number?
I don't.
Zero, not the school number. Zero.
It was the 202.
749 and 4700, right? 278. Yeah, that's right. I know that school, for example, in Yolanda, when she called me from, I know her number. Because that's,
220-8444.
that's school number.
But he was exactly, but I picked up the phone, but you don't know.
It doesn't damage because he wants to fix the computer.
Okay.
But now he's not go to your account.
Oh.
All these numbers in your history. Right? Because this computer is the school one, before the school computer is broken or something happened, and you fix it. That's different.
Okay.
Okay, now we should have.
No, I don't have something like this.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So, you know, the advantage of listening to the video is very important comes to awareness. They give you awareness. Both it looks like. Okay, we finished with your the video. Stuff. Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so where were we? Okay. So what did you think about the video? Mhm. Mhm. What things were good about it? Can do fishing?
Can be, because a big company lose a lot of money by fishing.
What's that?
Surprising with how much money they are losing.
Big company?
Yes, the company lose money by fishing.
Right, from the cyber criminals.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, how a big company can lose money by fishing?
They have incompetent IT people. Like for instance, this school, I'm not calling anyone incompetent here, but they don't train the teachers, they don't train the staff about IT stuff. You know, every now and then they'll send an email saying that a phishing email is going around. Don't click on it, delete it. But you need to train people so that they will understand what to do, what to expect, what to look for, and they don't do that here. And I imagine that they don't do that a lot of places. So that's why it continues to be such a big problem. That's something I can do when I retire. become yeah, and go from company to company and train their people.
Maybe that's a good idea.
Mhm.
That's why I am.
Yeah. Become a consultant.
1 second, please.
Maybe they are very important people from
From where?
from politicians that can manage that kind of cyber attack.
No, all they have to do is train people. I promise you, if you train enough people, it will reduce. It won't stop it, but it will reduce because people will know that this is a common thing. So you asked me to print something for you, right? Okay, so I sent it because this printer, it doesn't do both sides. You have to do it manually. So I asked the receptionist to print for me. Okay, so she'll let me know when she prints them. Okay. Uh-huh. Mhm.
The first one, done. Just click any attachment. Think. Yeah, all these recognition how to like this one.
Don't put any number of what you did in the.
Mhm.
Right?
Mhm.
First, on this phone, don't open anything, don't put any number, the same.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. So it was a good video.
Yes.
Mhm.
And then when he ended, when he asked for if you like, or if you want to subscribe. I was asking, what should we do? The only thing that we shouldn't, but, this is for us is for you.
Okay. Go ahead, John, you were saying?
I was saying, you become a consultant for teaching people about malware and all the rest of it.
Yeah, that's what I think I'll do once I retire. Yeah,
And you're gonna make good money out from there.
yeah. Okay, so let's look at preventing phishing and spoofing scams. Do not click any links. I mean, this is repeating the same thing from the video, the same thing that we've been talking all along. Do not click any links nor download any attachments unless you are certain that the actual person or organization sent it. So that means that you have to do some work. You have to call these people and find out, did you send this to me? Pay attention and always be aware of the possibility, excuse me, of the possibility that you might be experiencing a scam. Always have your antennas active. Check file name extensions. Remember, the icon might look like a PDF, but look at the file name extension. If it's EXE, it's not a PDF. Remember file name extensions? If it looks like a PDF, if the icon looks like a PDF, but the extension says EXE, antenna is just going like that. Warning, 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 right? That's a big one. It looks like a PDF, but it doesn't have a file name extension for a PDF. Scammers often attempt to scare their targets to force them to do as the scammer wishes. Remember, they practice this over and over and over and over for years and years and years and years. They know what to do, they know what to say. They know how to make you believe them because they have practiced. And you have to start practicing how not to believe them. That's what you have to practice. Speak louder, please. I can't. Target?
Yes.
The store?
Yes. Because one thing they were stealing this 800 customer money. Yeah, it was last Friday. 2019 until December, I don't know which one. It's already been hardly exposed. Already, almost 800, 900 customers. All from that area, not only.
Wow. Did they pay them back? You don't know? Oh, excuse me 1 second. Hello, Susan.
Yolanda.
Yes. Yes. Yes, Susan.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He's finished with PowerPoint. Minutes, finished.
Okay, so let me see, because I can see right here because it's my
good.
it's my login.
All right.
Okay, so now he wants to do the Excel.
Yes.
So tell him to click the tab on the
Click the
left,
tab.
where he clicked join proctor mode.
Okay. Okay, hold on. Click to the left.
Click the
Right
tab,
here.
the tab at the top.
The tab. Okay, right here, I think. To the left on top. Maybe this one. The Carlos Rosario.
Yes,
No, you're
yes,
closing.
yes.
Yeah, here, click here. Yeah, not this one. Okay, click. Oh, there you are. Yeah, we are now in the essential computer skills. You know the three columns?
Now he wants to do the Excel, right?
The Excel. So click the Excel. Did you click the Excel? Okay. I think he's starting now.
Okay, I see it. Yes, I see it.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Okay. Scammers often, okay, I said that already. Never give personal information on the phone. Oh. I'm connected. So never give personal information on the phone or in an email. Research the phone number of the person or organization and communicate with them directly. So you have to do some work. You have to find the number of the organization. Call that organization, find the person that is supposed to be sending you this and speak to them. Remember, no government agency is going to send you any emails to inform you about anything. They're going to send you a letter to your home. They're not going to call you. They're going to send a letter to your home. No federal agency is going to send you an email or call you. If someone calls stating that they are a company that handles any type of computing services, hang up. Hang up immediately. If they're like, oh, I'm from such and such company, and I'm available to fix your computer because it's we hear that it's has malware on it. Hang up. Hang up. Never, 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 except for Carlos Rosario IT. Never allow anyone to remotely access your computer. Never, never. Because they have to install a program on your computer so that they can get into your computer and see everything that you see on your computer. But because they know more about computers, they can see even more than you know what's on your computer. Never, never, never let anyone remotely access your computer.
Something happened to me with Best Buy. I pay, yearly an amount to have my computer, to have, antivirus and Microsoft, Office. And before I start studying, and I didn't know how to do something, I told them, they are a few of people. And the person asked me, can you give me the control? The computer, he made everything. Everything I was watching. I was watching what he was doing.
But imagine if that person goes what they call rogue. That person goes rogue means they become a criminal. They fire him. And he decides he's going to become a criminal. He has all of this stuff. He can get on all of these people's computer. He has access to it. He's not working for Best Buy anymore, but he has access. Take your computer, take it there. Don't let anyone have remote access. Pick up your computer, take it to Best Buy. They have a space there in Best Buy.
Oh, they said that because we were on COVID-19, and that's why.
I've been going to Best Buy. They've been there.
We pay because,
They've been there. They've been there taking care of people. I've been there during COVID. That's easy. You see, it's easy to do it that way. Very easy. But remember, they have control of your computer. The people that are working there could be honest and all of that. But you never know when someone is going to go rogue.
But how if it is a new computer and there is no some, he says something?
Take the computer, get on the bus, get on the metro, get in your car, take it there.
No, I said if she just bought the computer and then a new one, she wanna fix or something, she don't have nothing in it, so what will happen? They to give them a remote. Will they still do something with the new?
If it's a new computer, they have remote access. You're gonna use the computer, but the remote access is still there, live. No matter what stage, brand new, not open, take the computer, take the bus, take the metro, get in your car, take it there. It's a lot of work, but it's the safer thing to do.
And I went there to get the things they say they don't have order, no. And I said, now can you send me the things to my address? They said, okay, but you have to pay the sending $50. And then how I can pay? They for me, give me your cash number or something. I was giving. No. I did, go to direct. Yes. I laughed. Somebody called me. I give almost all. What I didn't give is the free recipe number. Yes. And somebody called me. When somebody called me, I mean, this person can take my money and give it to all the people. You know. And she called me. She called me again. I said, no. I can't.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's what you have you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got saved that time. You got the warning.
Yeah.
There might not be that help the next time. Because it's like, I helped you once already. You should have learned. Right? Uh-huh. Mhm. You know how many of my students have told me how they got scammed? This last semester and this semester, I haven't heard any. But previously, each semester, someone would be like, I gave them the money and I can't get my money back. And okay, so the next one, if you happen to be scammed, call the company immediately. So if it's your bank, call the bank immediately. Report it. Usually,
And they still my own account 500. And many times they put money. Money is many times. And I don't know what they and the bank will the bank didn't give the money. The bank told me fruit. The bank sent me money fruit. Metal fruit. I want on the website. Metal fruit, fruit, fruit. And I told you that. And then somebody my
and fake websites or emails usually contain misspellings and other types of errors. So be vigilant. And last but not least, how to spot phishing emails. So this is repetition of some of the things already. Talented scammers, and they are talented because they do this all day, every day for years. So they are talented. They are experts. Talented scammers spend a lot of time spoofing emails to look like real thing, like the real thing. But with a little due diligence, you can easily spot the spoofs, right? A spoof is an attempt to fool you. That's a spoof. The sender's address doesn't match the domain for the company they claim to represent. So let's say if it's PayPal, instead of the mail saying the username at paypal.com, it says the username at gmail.com. So you know they're not from PayPal. The sender doesn't seem to actually know who you are. Legitimate emails from companies and people you know will be addressed to you by name. Phishing emails often use generic, every day. That's what generic means, every day. Salutations like customer or friend instead of your name. Embedded links have unusual URLs. Remember, the URL is the website address. That's what a URL is. Uniform resource, I forget what the L stands for. Huh? And embedded links have unusual URLs. Vet the URL before clicking by hovering over it with your cursor. Remember, whenever you put your cursor on a link, it will show you the address. So it might look something in writing, but when you put your mouse pointer, the URL, the email, the website address is a different from the company that they claim they are from. Another thing, the email has typos, right? Errors. It has bad grammar and unusual syntax. Syntax is how words are positioned in English, right? So in English, you say, I'm coming home later. But someone who is not very strong in English might say, I'm later going to come home, right? That's not correct syntax. That's not correct American English syntax. So does it look like the email was translated with Google Translate? Because Google Translate, sometimes it gets it right, but a lot of times it's like, the email is too good to be true. You want $1 million. You want a cell phone. You want the newest cell phone. Mhm. And then they ask you for money. I remember a student told me that she found this job online, and they asked her for some money to register or do something. And I told her, you never pay them, they pay you. It's not the other way around. You're supposed to do your work and they give you money. You never give, I don't know, even agencies, you don't give them any money to have them find you a job. No. Okay, so any questions? That will be the homework. What is the difference between phishing and spoofing? Name 2 ways to prevent phishing. So you understand the difference between phishing and spoofing? Let me see, did I have an email with that? I mean, a video with that. Do you understand the difference between phishing and spoofing? Phishing, they are similar. They're very similar. Phishing is when you get the email that tells you that it's your bank or it's the Social Security or it's the IRS, right? So they're just telling you that they are from one of those. Spoofing is when they make the email look like it's from the IRS or Social Security or your bank. So the email looks just like it would if it was the real agency sending you the email. All the pictures and all the letters and all the colors are the same. That's spoofing. Phishing, you don't have that. Phishing, they just say, okay, I'm from the IRS, right? Come and click on this link. That's what they do with phishing. But spoofing, they have to do a lot more with that email to make it look like the IRS or your bank. So they need to know how to do, use, what they call that? Huh? What? Uh-huh. But there's a program that you use to do those things. I can't remember the name. So So that's the difference. Any questions? There are more what? Yes, more professional, exactly. Exactly. They have skills. So I want to ask you a question. There was a time when I used to teach this after Windows 10. And then my bosses wanted me to teach Word, make Word be the first thing I teach for the class. And I told them, no, I'm not going to do that because student needs to know how to use a computer before they can start learning how to do Word. And Windows 10, they have to learn Windows 10 before they can start learning Word. And I had to fight for that because they were like, well, in Computer Basics 1, the last module that they learn is Word. So it's best to teach them Word the first thing when they go to Computer Basics 2. And I'm like, but if they don't know how to use the computer, how am I going to teach them Word? So they say, well, teach Windows 10 while you're teaching Word. Anyway, so my question is, do you think this digital footprints should be taught after Windows 10, before Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, or should it just stay like this at the end? Stay like this? Before? Raise your hand before. If it should be taught at the beginning of the semester. Raise your hand if we should teach it, at the end. 2, 3, we should teach it at the end.
It should be at the beginning of.
At the beginning?
Yes. I mean, what is the point of to learn this at the end? Anyway, this is very important and basic to know for the whole time.
In my opinion, because you need awareness of some the first computer basic one. It should be written, starting on computer basic one, this is really important because everybody here has an experience of those kind of things. By phone, by computer, And also, we have to be aware because probably could be fair people learning and then do,
Mhm.
They did computer basic one, but not like this, not properly, like this. They did.
Yes, we have
learn like
but not this likeness.
Yeah, they show the email, but not properly. This so personal doesn't. Computer basic one.
I would like to use them one or man on the one who made us very.
Yeah.
No, you first the first.
Oh.
Before, because you have to protect everything that you make after.
Sure. Okay, so I'm gonna talk to them again and see if I could change it back to how I used to do it.
What is your opinion?
Huh?
What is your opinion?
I like to teach this at the beginning, so because what is it, 5 months? The semester is 5 months. So you go 5 months and I mean, a lot of that is happening during those and you are not familiar with all the information you need to handle it for those 5 months. And then you learn it at the end of the semester when it could have been helpful for you if you had learned it at the beginning.
And also it is helpful because look what happened to me with my computer.
Yeah.
If I know that before, you know, I've done made it before, it doesn't happen to me. And also people that are learning English before computer, we make a lot of research.
Mhm.
And I don't know, it should be at school.
Okay, so who is not returning tomorrow? Raise your hand if you're not returning tomorrow. So I need, well, let me get my document. I need your laptops and the charger.
Can I get today? No, why you get more? You don't want tomorrow? Then why you get?
You're not coming tomorrow.
Good evening, Carlos Rosario, students, teachers, and staff. Today is Wednesday, June 15, 2022. These are your evening announcements. Student services will be in room 270 to answer questions about postgraduate services. In honor of 5 immigrant heritage month, be sure to have free parking as you leave the building today. Also, food services will be taken as survey.
Oh, and here.
There will be no class on Monday. I'll repeat, there will be no class on Monday, the 20th
Thank
to
you.
the June 4th.
Thank you very much.
At the time, classes identified
No, it's Tuesday, but I decided not because everyone is returning their laptops today and tomorrow. So many students don't have a laptop.
So there is no school. Tomorrow will be the last day.
Today, right, tomorrow will be the last.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Mr. Landa.
You are welcome. Oh, there's no number.
See you all tomorrow. Thank you, Miss Yolanda and Mr. Nagatu.
But I'm gonna see you tomorrow, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
No, this one we can use. Check it.
Bye.
Right.
Sorry. Oh, master. Thanks. Good. Okay. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Uh-huh.
What email I made for northern staff? Like it here or not?
But,
I don't know.
Sarah, you've been taking the test all semester. What email have you been using?
I don't know. I maybe personal or can you check here? Thank you very much.
Okay, have a good night, everyone. Yo, Carlos Rosario. You forgot you're not coming tomorrow?
At this time, classes in level 3, computer basics and orientation.
Thank you, Miss Landa.
You're welcome. So you're not coming, Aman, you're not coming tomorrow?
Saturday is possible.
Okay, so Saturday, that next week, Saturday of next week, the 24th, the Friday, the 24th, or Saturday, the 25th. You can bring it. Or you can bring it any day of the week.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I prefer.
Okay, and just leave it, tell them that it's a charger, write your name.
Yeah.
Okay. So everyone else is coming tomorrow, right?
Yes.
What's her name?
No, yeah, I got it. But where's the box? They said we were gonna have a box.
That's why I'm asking, I can't be to ask you. And also the small plastic bag or something, they're gonna put inside. And the big bag, the two things they say.
Uh-huh.
Two things they say, two things. Okay, see you. What happened? Monday, Tuesday, work?
Yeah, you should have seen his eyes, he was so red.
America.
I used to be that.
Yeah.
After my children go.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. That's you. Yeah, he's just gonna drop it off. Leave it with security. Okay.
So, don't have any good stuff?
I don't know, but I think, I don't know.
At this time, level 2 and reading your medicines.
We're gonna put that.
There's more room in here.
This and this one.
And this one, please.
Glenn. You haven't been all week, right?
So, Enrique, you see,
What's wrong?
Meeting or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Why does he come like that?
I told him, no, that's not. But like cough or something.
He said it wasn't COVID. How he knows? Did he test? He tested?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I asked you when you come out and.
Ah.
Are you okay?
Okay. Oh. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Where we claim the badge? Where can we get it?
What?
when we finish the test, and if you pass.
Oh, the certificate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna email it. If you want a copy, let me know.
Word, Excel,
Uh-huh.
and PowerPoint.
It's gonna be on one. It's gonna be on one. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh. And some students did the digital footprints.
Sure.
Yeah. Uh-huh. If you want to do it online, you can do it online. It's not part of the grade, just to get the certificate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me know whenever, if you want to do it online, we could set it up for you to do it
Okay,
online.
thank you.
Okay?
Okay. Have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
Okay, let's go now, right?
Yep. Okay. Everyone, you got everyone that was on, yeah? Uh-huh.
John,
Getting it?
Kenneth and John.
Right, that's
No
it.
Sandra, no Dexter.
No.